Good morning, everyone. Let's continue with your Merchant of Venice Act 1, Scene 3. We have completed Act 1, Scene 2, and now we are on Act 1, Scene 3. I hope you remember Scene 1 and Scene 2. Scene 2 is somewhat where Portia and Nerissa they're talking about all the different suitors. Now, Act 3, Scene 1 is very important. It is connected to Act 1, Scene 1. You remember where Bassanio was asking for money from Antonio? Now, after that, Bassanio goes out in the market of Venice to see who's the right money lender who can lend him some money. Now, it is hard to believe, but being the best friend of Antonio, Bassanio chooses Antonio's enemy, right? That is Shylock, to ask for money. Now, Bassanio, he goes to Shylock. Bassanio feels he's the right person, even though he knows that he is Antonio's worst enemy. He goes to Shylock and tells him that he needs 3,000 ducats for 3 months, and Antonio will be bound for that. Antonio bound means that he is the guarantor. He will repay the amount. And in case if the amount is not paid by Bassanio, then Antonio will be bound for that. Right? So this is the whole concept here in Act 1, Scene 3. So let's go through it, let's read it, and let's understand it. So again, this scene takes place in Venice, a public place, a street in Venice. Enter Bassanio and Shylock. So they both are there. Shylock, 3,000 ducats. Well, now Shylock is acting as if he'll have to think about that much money. So he's still thinking. He in his heart, he's liking it. He loved it. He really wanted to take revenge from Antonio, and he got the opportunity. So Shylock, he's very happy that Antonio will be bound. He'll make sure that they are unable to repay the loan. Everything is well planned according to Shylock. However, he's acting in front of Bassanio as if he do not care. He is not at all worried. Right? So let's continue. Shylock, 3,000 ducats. Well, so he says, oh, you want 3,000 ducats? Well, Bassanio, hey, sir, for 3 months. So he says, yes, sir, and I want it for 3 months. Shylock, for 3 months. Well, Bassanio, for the which, as I told you, Antonio shall be bound. So they are in conversation, they are talking to each other. He's saying, see, I want 3,000 ducats. Okay, so you want 3,000 ducats for how many months? For 3 months. Oh, you want it for 3 months. Okay, and I've already told you, sir, that Antonio shall be bound. So this is how they are talking to each other. Bassanio, may you stead me, will you pleasure me? Shall I know your answer? So he wanted to know whether Shylock is interested in paying him the loan amount, whether he's interested in helping him out. Shylock, 3,000 ducats for 3 months and Antonio bound. So he's actually happy and repeating this whole part again and again. Bassanio, your answer to that. Now Bassanio wanted to know whether Shylock is interested in lending money to him. However, Shylock was very happy and he was just repeating those words to understand that he has got the final opportunity to take revenge from Antonio. Then he says, Antonio is a good man. Now, according to Shylock, Antonio is a good man means he's talking about his financial status. That he is financially sound. Of course, I can give a loan on his name. Right? Bassanio, have you heard any imputation to the contrary? So he's asking, have you heard any bad thing about Antonio? Is it there that you've heard anything bad about his reputation? Shylock, oh no. My meaning in saying he's a good man is to have you understand me, he's sufficient. Sufficient here means financially sound. So he says here, no, when I am saying that Antonio is a good man, it means I'm talking about his financial status. He is financially sound, he has enough money to repay the loan. Yet his means are in supposition. However, maybe he's good, he's financially sound, but all his means, all his merchandise, they are at risk right now. He has an argosy. Argosy is the merchant ship. So he says he has got a merchant ship that is bound, that is going to Tripolis, the other one to Indies, and the third one to Mexico, fourth to England, and he has many other ships which are squandered abroad, many other options that are squandered abroad. So he says, I know he's financially sound, but all his ships, all his money is at sea, which means it is at risk. How can you say that he's financially sound? Then he says here, but ships are but boats, sailors are but men. So he says, these ships, maybe they are at sea. They're just made of wood. Anything could happen. Maybe these sailors, they are men. Anything could happen to them as well. Then we have sea rats here, he says. That means pirates. He says land thieves, water thieves. That means there we do have pirates at sea. And anything can actually happen to his ships at sea, right? There are winds, rocks, anything. So how can I take him as a financially sound person? 3,000 ducats, I think I may take his bond. So he's very smart. He says maybe he's not that sound, that financially sound. However, I'm ready to take his bond. So he was trying to tell Bassanio that, he's not that sound, he's not financially that strong, but just for your sake, I'm ready to take his bond. I hope this part is clear. Then Bassanio says, be sure you may. So he says, yes, you can, assure yourself that you should or you may take this bond. Shylock says, yeah, of course, I think I'll take this bond, but I will have to meet Antonio. Bassanio says, if it pleases you to dine with us. It is page 43, first line. So here Bassanio now feels, okay, and he wishes to meet Antonio, so the best thing is he can come and have dinner with us. However, Shylock has something else in mind. He says, yes, now here is this speech, he's talking to himself. He says, why should I come for the dinner? To smell pork? Pork means pig. Now, according to Merchant of Venice, the Christian people, they eat pork, and Jews, they do not. So that's what he's trying to say here. Why do you want me to come? Just to smell the pork? To eat from you, at your place where I believe that your own prophet, Jesus Christ, conjured the devil into. Well, it is actually believed by Christians that Jesus, what he did, there was a madman, he was actually possessed by evil spirit. So Jesus took the evil spirit out of him and conjured it into the herd of pigs. And from that day onwards, Christians are not allowed to eat pork. However, according to Jews, they feel that Christians, they still eat pork. Of course they do. Some abroad, not here. And then that's what he says, that because you guys, you Christians, you eat pork, and I will never come and eat that at your place. So he says, I can walk with you, buy or sell with you, but I'll never eat, drink or pray with you. So remember this, okay? He will never eat, drink and pray with the Christians. He can buy, sell, walk and talk with. That's it. So there's a huge religious difference that you need to understand. Right, that is it right now. We'll continue the rest in the next video. Thank you so much.